What is up, you guys? It is Zach, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to be talking about Mario Strikers Battle League, as obviously it is out there, everyone's been playing it, and a lot of people have different thoughts. On Metacritic, the game has received really kind of mixed reviews. I mean, it's got a 75 overall, which isn't a bad score, but there's definitely a lot of mixed reception in there, and the user scores is obviously pretty low. A lot of people are kind of review bombing this game. And I just kind of wanted to share my own personal opinions on this game. Now, I haven't honestly been playing this game too much. I've been playing a lot of The Quarry, which I'll make a video about also sometime this week. Definitely make sure to watch that. But yeah, I want to talk a little bit more about Mario Strikers Battle League and my thoughts on it. So without any further ado, let's get into it. The first thing I want to say is that I'm not a big Mario Strikers fan. I have played the games before, both on GameCube and Wii, but very minimally. I'm not super experienced with this series, and I have gone on record on saying this before, so some of my problems with Mario Strikers Battle League may also be things that are present in the other games as well, so keep that in mind. And I promise you guys, it's not just going to be a completely negative video. I will talk about the things I do like in this game, so this is just kind of a first impressions kind of video. Don't think of this as me just ripping into the game. This is kind of my first impressions, so, like I said, without any further ado, let's get into it. I kind of want to start with the gameplay, because I feel like that's a fair place to start with how the game plays, how it feels, and it honestly does feel pretty good. There are a lot of things I like about the Mario Strikers gameplay. It is definitely tricky at first, but once you start to play it and get used to it, it does kind of come to you. It gets pretty natural and easy to play. But there is one thing I kinda don't like, and that is just the AI in general and how it works in this game. Now, like I said, this could be how it works in the other games as well, but that doesn't make it excusable for those games, or even something that they definitely should have improved in this game. Now, if you're playing single player, like I have been playing for the most part, then you notice that the AI on your team really doesn't do much, and of course that kind of makes sense since you can hop between all the characters on your team. So some people are like, well yeah, you're supposed to utilize each character's strengths well and just hop between them, and okay, whatever. But I feel like the problem with that is that on the other team you have 4, or technically 5 with Boom Boom, fully functional AI characters that are going against you. So, if let's say you're preparing for a Hyper Strike, right? You're using your character as a Hyper Strike, but your other 3 AI characters aren't doing anything. The other team has a fair opportunity to absolutely deck you while you're preparing for your Hyper Strike because your other teammates aren't doing anything. And for me, that just makes single player sometimes frustrating when your teammates aren't doing anything at all, and you're just doing all of the work, and I get it to some extent, but when your teammates are doing nothing and you're preparing for Hyper Strikes, and just little frustrating moments like that where you wish your teammates were doing something, it just really dampens your experience, especially when the single player content in this game is already really light, which we'll get into in a little bit. And also, I find the swapping between characters mechanic to be pretty clunky. It is not great. There are some times when you switch to the character that you want to, but then there are some times where, like, let's say one of the AI people on your team is right by the ball after a bad pass, whatever, and you hit the button to switch characters, but it'll switch to a character that's not closest to the ball. It'll switch to someone else. And then you have to hit the switch character button another additional 1 or 2 times to get to the character you want, and I find that frustrating, especially when in a heated match. Like, it can be really frustrating. Like, these aren't problems that take away from my overall opinions on the gameplay, but they are definitely frustrating, and they don't feel as polished as they should be, personally. Quickly going into the animations of the game are really nice. I do wish there were a couple more in each category of, obviously, the post-goal celebrations, the entrances. Like, I wish there were a little bit more just to give it a little more variety, because I did notice the same cutscenes for certain characters repeating over and over, so I did notice that happening, but the animations were good. It didn't bother me too much. Like I said, I just wish there were a couple more. Let's get into the big meat and potatoes on why I think this game is and it's the content. And I feel like it boils down to 2 things: the single player content and the character selection. Now let's start off with the character selection because this one's obvious. This game should not have launched with 10 characters. I'm sorry. Especially when characters like Daisy aren't here and Bowser Jr. they're going to be relegated to post-launch content, and to me, this is inexcusable, right? With Mario Tennis and Mario Golf, at least they had interesting characters like Wiggler and some things to shake some things up, but I feel like with the post-launch of this game, like even if it's supported as much as some of the other games were, you're still going to have the first few characters be catching up on characters that should have been there from day one, like Daisy, like Toadette, like probably Koopa Troopa or Birdo. These characters should have been there day one. It's inexcusable that those kinds of characters are relegated to post-launch content, and the next, let's say, 6 months of this game's post-launch content is going to be characters that we're going to be like, oh, they should have been there day one. Like, if Nintendo do a Direct and Mario Strikers Battle League is shown and the first character is revealed and it's Daisy and that's all the new stuff we're shown, it's not going to be reviewed too highly. Like, that trailer is going to be probably dislike bombed, given that Daisy's the only new character, if that does end up happening. But that is an if, you know, that's not guaranteed. But I do stand by what I said, 10 characters for a game like this, where it's 8 players, it's 4v4, and you only have 10 available characters at launch. Inexcusable. I don't like it. I'm one of those people where it's like, I don't like the fact that you could have 5 Waluigis on the pitch. Like, I like it where everyone just chooses a different character. Kind of like Mario Party, you can't have the same character playing. I prefer that, so having 10 characters is just so meh. And then there's the single-player content, or lack thereof. There's really nothing. There's the cups that you can go and, you know, complete, but it feels like a basic mission mode, if anything, and even that, like, it's not interesting. All the games feel the same. You know, there's no cool, unique story mode where you can create a team of, you know, 4 Mario characters that you're choosing and rise through the ranks. Like, there's nothing you could really do that feels substantial. And that's where my main problem lies with this game. It's literally just soccer. It's just playing soccer. Every single mode, when you boil it down, it's just a soccer match. There's nothing interesting, there's no cool, unique modes. Even Mario Golf and Mario Tennis had unique side modes, had unique little things you could do that was outside of the basic soccer formula. I would have much preferred if they had more substance to this game, more things to do. Like I said, I wouldn't even taken just a single-player mode. Sure, the single-player modes in Mario Golf and Mario Tennis were very lackluster, but at least they were there. At least they were an option. In Mario Strikers Battle League, there's really nothing. It's one of those games where it's like, I can see myself picking it up once every couple months, maybe. I can't see myself regularly coming back to this game. It's fun, the gameplay is fun and all of that, but there's nothing to bring you back to it unless you have friends to play with. And that goes to a complaint I have actually seen about the online. Apparently, you can't have 4 people on the same system and play online. It has to be 2, if I'm not mistaken. Now, this isn't something that personally bothers me, given that I usually never have that many people here for online. But it's still something where it's like, there are things wrong with this game. There are some things, like some real shortcomings of this game. And it's really unfortunate because Next Level Games, honestly, even as much as I didn't care for Luigi's Mansion 3, there was a level of polish and completion in Luigi's Mansion 3. It felt like a complete package. You had the main game, you had Scare Scraper, you had Screen Park. It felt like a true, worth it, $60 package. Everything was there. But with Mario Strikers Battle League, it really does not feel complete. This game feels incomplete. There's no real substance in the modes. There's 10 playable characters, the online feels lackluster, there's really nothing to brag and write home about. Yes, the gameplay is fun. Yes, the music is admittingly boss tier. It is so good. Listening to those really cool remixes of Luigi's Mansion and Dark Moon and New Super Mario Bros., etc., etc., they are amazing. Even if it lacks instrumental variety, I still think the remixes are awesome, but it still doesn't feel like a complete package, and I personally, honestly, can't recommend this game. I can't in good faith recommend this game to people who want a good, worth it $60 game. This does not feel worth it to me. Maybe in a few months' time when Nintendo releases more content, you know, more characters, hopefully more stadiums. There's only 5, and they don't even have stage gimmicks, so they all feel the same. It just lacks value. And I really hope, first of all, I really hope Nintendo fixes this, and Next Level Games. I really want them to fix this game. I want it to be really, really good. I want more content in it. Please do it. But I really hope this is also a sign to Nintendo that this method does not work. They've done it for 4 games now, being Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, Switch Sports, and now this. This doesn't work. People don't like this approach of drip feeding us content that should have been there day one, or at least being unlockable content. Where's unlockable content? Why can't you unlock characters anymore? Now you have to wait months and months and months for Nintendo to drip feed you this content. Why is that the case? I don't get it. I personally can't recommend this game. I'm sorry. I just feel so mixed on this game. It's fun. The music's great. I get it. The animation's beautiful. Great. But there's nothing here. There's literally nothing here for me to say that this is a solid game. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments down below. This is my full review of the game. Maybe in a few months' time, I can review it properly. But I don't know. This game didn't draw me in. I literally put it down and started playing The Quarry for hours on end. A completely different game, yes, but I just completely forgot about Mario Strikers Battle League, forgot it existed, and it's unfortunate. So, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All that stuff down below. Hit that notification bell so that you're notified of when I upload videos. And check out the merch store. There's some cool ZakPak merch up on there for you to check out. And until next time, you guys, I'll see you in the next video.